Good day, gentlemen. Yesterday, Joe and I went to an army surplus and to pick up some winter clothing, personal stuff there we need to get. And that gave me an idea about the various use of these ammo boxes. So, you remember these? Some of the ammo box there's a lot of my friends on the videos they use them for chains, putting tools. They put it for various or parts inside these ammo box because they come with various size and they're very tough. While talking about toughness, this ammo box I had it since 30 years ago. I picked it up inside an army surplus. It was empty, and after 30 years of rough use, because it used to be my first aid kit in some of my cars, it was many times used inside of my garage because I have various first aid kit in my house, in my garage, in my RV, in my car, my ex-wife cars too. All right. Um, uh, I am in the Air Force, and I used to be a life support technician. And one of my job it was to inspect these kits, not these kits especially. It was various size stuff like that. And so I thought about that to reactivate this first aid kit ammo box and put it back on the tractor. So yes, it's gonna be a two-part video. The first part is just to give you an idea. Hey, maybe I should consider to put a first aid kit in on my tractor. All right. So I'm gonna use the 9mm ammo box, okay, to and reactivate this old fellow there. All right. So like you can see, it's all bang and scratch. I did use it many times, burns, cut, various stuff. Okay, so all right, so that's the 9mm ammo box. For the ammo box for first aid kit, what I would like to suggest to you, just make sure that the rubber lip here, it's not dry out. Okay, make sure it's all rubberized, like it's really sealed. What you can do is use a silicone base liquid or maybe paste and just add it so it will seal up. Okay, so that way it's watertight. No water will came inside of that kit. Now talking about water, Joe, my friend, Joe LaSalle from Steel to Wood or Wood to Steel, he was kind of enough to give me those desiccant pad. These are great because once after 2 or 3 months they're full of moisture. You can remove it, reactivate it to put it inside of a stove, or for me I put it beside my wood stove. I let it dry for 3 or 4 days, not too close to they won't burn, but they're very dry, and then I put it back where they were installed before. For instance, in my first aid kit inside my car, I put it also in the first aid kit inside my RV, like because it varies the temperature. So these are very easy to buy at various stores. All right. I'm gonna show you the way, like if you have someone injured or if you're injured yourself, you may be using it. The one thing I like to mention for you: do inspect your first aid kit at least once a year. The reason why is after 1 year, then some component you need to replace. The first one it will be your surgical glove. These one after 2 years or so, they kind of, with the cold weather, they kind of dry out, and if you put it your glove, it will break, it fall apart. So always change these once a year. They're not expensive, it's very easy to change, and that way when you're going to need it, they're gonna be still flexible. Okay, so these are the one you need to change it. So and of course, why you put surgical glove? You're gonna be working inside your tractor, you're gonna have dirty hand, dust, you're gonna have various contaminant on your hands. So if you cut yourself or you find someone beside your tractor or like around, at least putting them, you know then your hands are clean. So these are the one there. All right. One thing I like to mention is since we're talking about first aid kit, well, maybe do a refresher for your RCR first aid first aid practices. Okay, and there's so much nice videos on YouTube now for instructing to refreshing your how to do the first aid. Okay, and one I'm talking about is the St. John ambulance. I know there's various places in the world, like I think the American Cross in the States, they do the same too, or they even the St. John ambulance. In UK and Europe, I remember I've been there for I was there for 4 years. Each country have their own Red Cross or St. John ambulance, if you like. So do put a first aid booklet in there, just maybe, and when you do the early inspection, give you a reminder, and hey, maybe I should look at the video. The thing too is at the first page you can put the date you did the inspection. Okay, like you did it last year. Okay, that's done. But 1 year later, did I done it? So at least by putting the date, you can use that. And also, most of the first aid kit book are made from like those brown recyclable paper, and they have a tendency to suck up the moisture, so they are great for that. But also you need to inspect them to let it dry beside us, so it can be easily used. Okay, so again, yes, I'm RCR qualified first aid, battle damage repair, if you can say. But it's always nice to have for us, we do every 3 years, but I'm always paying attention, even after 35 years of service. I still do that because I did many times. Did first aid kit to my brother of ours. Right? Then, of course, the rescue breather, ventilator. If you have to practice RCR, and most of the time the person you're gonna provide that, they are not in great shape, and that will at least cover the nose and the mouth. It will create a great seal, and you're not going to be exposed to various bacteria or whatever the victim have. So these are great to have. Okay, they are not that expensive, by the way. Every corner store or pharmacy, they have them. Right? Scissors, knife are great to have. Why? Cut clothing, get bandage, extra. If you have a well, you know, they are great to have access to a wound. If you need extra to provide, like to immobilize your leg, you can use a clothing and just use a knife or a knife to put the two pieces of wood on each side of your leg, like very straight. Okay, so scissors are a must, and a knife also. Of course, when you do you cut yourself, you do contaminate yourself or the victim. So iodine tab or alcohol swab. For me, I would probably put two of them, like iodine and also alcohol swab. So they are great to disinfect. Well, alcohol are kind of it's rough on the bleeder, but they will clean the wound. But iodine are better, right? Depend on what type of wound you have. Maybe just a small sterilized plastic strap will do, with a pad in the middle, and it could be used also to put the skin together if you have a longer cut. Well, these are great to have. These one you need to change it every 2 or 3 years because they kind of dry out also. We'll do it all the time. Maybe if you have the wound, you need to clean the wound, remove stuff like various debris. So those wood sticks, all right, they will be nice to remove not touching the wound with your hand, but at least put it on the side, stuff like that, or immobilize the fingers, a wrist, stuff like that. So, and of course you can, if you don't have anything to immobilize a leg or a arm, you cut with a knife or a axe, a piece of wood to immobilize it. Okay. If the wood get bigger, well, of course there's the pad there. All right, it could be these one or eye pad. If you have dirt, so you can cover your eyes with it, and then you can use medical tape to cover it. Okay, so those are great. Okay, the medical tape here, it's the one. These are one. Usually within 2 or 3 years they kind of go dry. I saw them. I see them often. Like after 5 years, they're still good. It depends in which environment they're stored or used. So, but if you are outside often, exposed to heat, well, they have a tendency to go bad. If you're only on the cold, they will stay longer. But these are the one you need to inspect also once a year. All right. And these are great because they don't left any debris on your skin when you do remove them. All right. And of course, as the wound get bigger, if in the case, there's these are the pressure bandage 4x4 with an attachment on each side. Could be used also to immobilize a finger or a leg. I don't think they're long enough for a leg, but only a wrist, stuff like that. So they're great for like, remember, if you have a cut, it's pressure, all right, pressure, immobilization, and then get help. Okay, so those are great for that. As the for to keep like, remember when the St. John ambulance triangle, or the there's another name I forgot about that, sorry guys, but it could be those are the triangular bandage. Okay, there's only one on that kit. Probably I will probably rub some other other kit to put at least 3 in there. Okay, so those are great. And of course, like you see in many movies, those big how do you call it, dressing field, first aid field, airfield dressing. If you have a big bleeder, if you're using one of them, it's you're in trouble. I mean, you're putting there and get medical attention right away. Again, that video is just to give you an idea, then perhaps considering putting a first aid kit inside your house, your car, your garage, and of course your tractor. Okay. One thing I like to mention, these are great because they, if you cut it, okay, and if you have a wound for your lungs, you just cover it over it, and you just tape 3 sides. They let the bottom side open so the blood will go out, but as you breathe, it will stop. So this is a video basically, guys, to give you an idea. Then that yes, I am first aid, and I did many times patch my friends, but basically, then hey, that would be a good idea to see, because there's a lot of good videos about putting fire extinguisher. Joe, my friend, did it. I'm thinking about it. I will put it. There's also chains, various tools. But these ammo box are great, and I will reactivate my 30 years old first aid kit, and I put it on my Mahindra tractor. I will probably do some touch up on the paint, and no, that's gonna be no black and no, not black and yellow color, because I would like to keep it as an international sign that this is a first aid kit. The first aid kit is always white with a red cross. Okay, so at least if you get injured, there's a bystander who like to help. Who like to help you. At least you just can point it, and everybody knows, hey, this is a first aid kit. Okay, so that's it, guys. Cheers.